Hi guys, Matt again. This is a Joule thief circuit that I was working on a little bit ago. And here is the circuit diagram. I'm going to freeze there for a second if you want to pause it. But so anyway, this will light off of a 1.5 volt AA battery. And I cleaned up the circuit a little bit here, and this basically, instead of using a Torroid coil and wrapping it, because I had problems doing that, I used a transformer, and it kind of, it does the same thing really, because it's just two coils next to each other. But pretty much, so it has this interesting effect, which is that if you start it up, let me pull this wire out. This is the positive for the battery. If you start it up, it'll light the LED, and then let me push this in a little bit more, and then you can pull out the line that goes to the resistor, which is this one here. I'm going to pull out that out of the transformer, which is this one. Goes back to the resistor, which then goes to a different hole over there. So if I pull this line out, and now it is out, the LED gets a little bit dimmer, but it stays lit. So there you go. Now, when I measure the voltage on here using a multimeter, it actually, so when you create this type of circuit, it does a oscillation, and if you measure it without the LED in there across the base and the collector, it'll be 3.6 volts. But it doesn't mean it's always at 3.6 volts. So it's jumping up and down. So even though I pull this, when I pull this out and I measure the voltage, it looks like it's 1 volt, but the LED stays lit. So I tried to replicate it again here using a larger transformer to see if I'd get, I don't know, any different effects. And here I have a 470,000 ohm resistor, and this is actually a different transistor than the other one. This is just what is it, a 2N2222A or something, so the KSP 2222A. And so that has the same effect, but I'm going to connect up here to my multimeter. No, whatever. Just give me a second. Okay, there's that one. And here's this one. Sorry about that. Alright, so it's not plugged into the battery right now. Okay, so now I'm going to plug it in with a 1.5 volt battery. Oops. And I get 3.64 volts off the 1.5 volt battery. And you'll see that it's the same setup. So the coils in here I've labeled. It goes in through there's a Radio Shack. I think it looks a little blurry on the video, but it says this is a primary coil. This is a normal 120 volt, 60 hertz transformer for a PC, and there's the secondary coil on the other side. So that means it goes in through here and out on this side, in through here and out on this side. And so we got the positive of the battery goes into this rail, and then the positive goes both through the resistor, through this positive into this side of the coil, and out of this side down to the base of the transistor, and then excuse me, and then the other one goes from the positive in here out through there up to the one side of where I'm measuring the voltage, which is where you can light the LED. The negative side of the battery goes into the emitter of the transistor, and then we have another line going from the base of the transistor to the opposite side of the LED, or where I'm measuring the voltage. And then the collector wire, which is this yellow one, also goes up to the initial side of where I'm measuring the voltage from. And so you end up with 3.6 volts. And if you switch out the resistor for other ones, you'll get different effects. Same thing for switching out the transistor. So another transistor I had, I was getting 3.3 volts, and I think that was a 2N4401 or something. And then if I switched out the resistor for other ones, with the 33 ohm resistor, I was getting was it like 1.5 or something? It was like the same. And then with a gosh, I don't remember. A 10,000 ohm resistor, I was getting 3.3. I was getting 3.3 volts. So anyway, you can take it up from the 1.5 volts to 3.6 or something, but you'll get less amps. Just again, it's not creating energy or anything. It's just increasing the voltage, but it decreases the current. But this is a way to do a voltage doubler circuit using DC that you can do at home. And it's kind of weird because I'm using an AC transformer. But it's really just acting like a Torroid coil for those little magnetic rings with wires wrapped around them. So that's it. And so I showed that circuit diagram in the beginning, and I'll just call this the weird Joule thief. That's what I'm calling it, because it's just not conventional. It's just if you have a transformer instead of a quality Joule thief Torroid coil, which sometimes are annoying to make, you can do this instead. Okay, the end. Bye.